My viewers, this is the new summary regarding the new UK travel requirements except for Irish citizens. So, everyone who enters the UK will soon require permission before they travel. This means those who are eligible to visit the UK without a visa and are not already a legal resident in the UK will need an ETA. Or what do we mean by ETA? Electronic Travel Authorization. The UK is rolling out the next phase of ETA scheme to European nationals from 2nd April 2025. Because remember, the first phase was rolled out in January. 1st of January 18th of January 2025. And it was rolled out for the non-European citizens who are non-visa nationals in the UK. What do I mean by non-European citizens who are non-visa nationals to the UK? US. You remember US is not in the European Union. Canada. Canada is a non-visa national to the UK but not in Europe. Japan is non-visa national to the UK but it is not in Europe. We have got also Hong Kong, we have got South Korea, we have got other countries, even in some countries in the Caribbean, some countries in North America, by the way, who do not need a visa to enter the UK, but they are not European. So for them, the phase was rolled on 1st of January. It was rolled in January 2025. So now the second phase is for the European nationals who do not have a status in the UK. Because some European nationals, for example, Germans, Italy, French, and other categories like that, some have indefinite status or leave to remain in the UK. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those nationals who do not have any status in the UK, but they are from Europe and they need to visit the UK. So, additionally, the UK Border Force and Immigration System is moving away from physical immigration documentation, physical immigration documents, starting with the decommissioning of biometric residence permits. But we normally call them BRPs in short form, and transitioning to e-visas. So for this one, for those who need a BRP or the residence permit, are the visa nationals who work or live in the UK. For example, if I am a Kenyan or a Ugandan or a Tanzanian, because remember, as people in Africa mostly, and mostly people in Asia, not all Asian territories, but for example, India, for example, China, they are in Asia, but they need a visa to the UK. Those are the nationalities that you can find with a biometric residence permit. So those ones shall be needing a e-visa. Because remember, an e-visa is different from an ETA. Remember, an ETA is for the non-visa nationals, and I mentioned this previously. But for the e-visa is for the visa nationals who already work or live in the UK. So that one is very good to know, because we want our passengers to have a smooth transition and to have a hassle-free flight when they come to the airport. So everyone, including children who wish to enter the UK, will soon require permission before they travel. So if you are a European child, you have an European child, maybe you are German and you have a child, you shall also apply for them the ETA. So this means those who are previously eligible to visit the UK without a visa and are not a legal resident in the UK. So if you are German and you do not live in the UK legally, for example, you are German, you do not have a status in the UK and you wish to go and to visit, you shall need a electronic travel authorization. So the UK government is fair enough. It is extending the measure to allow biometric resident permits, BRPs, and the EU settlement scheme biometric residence cards. Remember, we have got a difference between BRPs and BRCs. A BRP is, for example, if I'm a Kenyan and I'm going to join my spouse in the UK who is not a European citizen, I shall be given a biometric residence permit to allow me to live in the UK, to reside in the UK legally. Or maybe I work in the UK, maybe I'm a social worker, a health worker or such a thing, I shall be given a BRP. But for those who are married to EU citizens, for example, for the EU settlement scheme biometric, those are for the EU settlement scheme, they are normally given a EUSS BRC or a European Union Settlement Scheme biometric residence card. Those are different, but all of them, whether you have a BRP or a BRC, they normally live in the UK legally, and all of them shall be needing an electronic visa. So if your card expired on 31st of December, because I've seen most of them expired on 31st of December 2024 or even before, yes, we can right now, because some people are not even able to go and prove their status online right now because of the video period. Because remember, as I've said before, we have got a video period until 2nd of June 2025. So because of the video period, if you can come with that your residence permit that is already expired, though I have to do my due diligence, I can allow you to travel if at all I can prove that surely you have a status in the UK. So other than having that expired residence permit, even if you have a video period, kindly know how to prove your status. And remember, by proving your status and having the e-visa, you cannot come with a screenshot, neither in an email. It shall be live. You stand in front of the document checker or the check-in counter and prove your status live. And that is why I'm giving you the process on how to go online and prove your status, yes, using your travel documents. So at least now you are lucky, because until 1st of June, we can clear you as long as you can give any evidence that you live in the UK. But we normally do thorough due diligence. Sometimes we check the system, whether you came from the UK, whether you still have a status, and we can also call in case of any doubt. So have all your valid passport when coming to the airport, and have every proof so that you cannot be offloaded. So that is it of the extension. Yes. So if a passenger holds a valid visa or other physical document evidencing a permission to travel, this can still be used as evidence. Yes, it can be used as evidence or permission to travel. So do not worry. If you have a visa in your passport that is valid, and you have a valid travel document or your passport, this can also be used as an evidence. So we can clear you if you have got evidence that you have some valid, maybe a valid vignette or a valid stamp in your passport. So yeah, because we normally have some people are normally given a vignette, and I know people who live in the UK know those vignettes. Yes, they are normally in sticker form. Yeah, most of them called indefinite. The indefinite sticker, you know that one. Though they have got a rule. There is a rule regarding them. If you exit from the UK, you cannot stay outside more than 2 years. Whether you have got those cards, the residence permits, or you have got the vignette or the wet stamp. Because sometimes the UK normally uses stamp instead of giving a vignette in form of a sticker. Yes, like for example, you know sticker visas for the UK. You go to the embassy, do the process, they give you a sticker visa with your details. Sometimes they use the wet stamp. All those things, you have to go back to the UK after exiting before 2 years expire. Yes. So this includes a vignette or wet ink endorsement in a previous passport that confers indefinite leave to enter or remain when presented alongside a valid passport, because you have to have your valid passport. So but anyway, the good thing, the individuals of these documents will still receive written notifications of the immigration status. You shall receive your notification that you can still work or live in the UK legally, and they shall even give you the time limit, but you cannot present those notifications as evidence to be cleared to travel. So other than those notifications, because they are good for you, they are good for your record, but also have other evidence that surely you live in the UK, because there shall be no more physical documents. So prepare very well with all that and all the information. And how can you access an e-visa? Because we need to know how to access. How can you access? You can access an e-visa anytime through you can access it online in your browser via View and Proof Service. Write that down. Go online, go to View, type View and Proof Service. That one you are going to prove your status very well. And remember, it is an advantage because this one cannot be lost. This one is good because it cannot be lost, because I've seen passengers losing their residence permits by mistake, or sometimes they forget them. I've seen even there's a time I had a family, by the way, a family, it was a Kenyan family. The mother was a Kenyan, the husband was a British. When they came out of the UK coming to Kenya, they forgot to carry the card for their child. The husband had a British passport. The child has a Kenyan passport and she was a resident of the UK. The wife was a Kenyan with a residence permit for the UK, but they realized that they did not have the residence permit for the daughter when they were at the airport. Because when they were coming to Kenya, they never needed to show the residence permit for the UK, simply because they had the documents to arrive in Kenya. So when they came, because they came in early, I was called and asked by the check-in agents whether they could clear that daughter, because the mother was saying they came from the UK. And indeed, when we checked in the system, they had come from the UK on a UK-based flight to Nairobi. So what I did, because they came early enough, I called the UK Terminal 3 at the Immigration Border Control, and I gave them the details of that daughter, and I told them that the father was British, the mother was a Kenyan citizen with a residence card for the UK, and the passenger was cleared. So sometimes you can be cleared, but please, I prefer even this online visa, because you can never lose it. You can never lose your BRP, because formerly when you lost your BRP, you had to go all the way to the visa application center, start the process, and the earliest it could mature was 6 weeks. That one was very frustrating. So thank you so very much for listening. For the US nationals and the other non-European nationals, the process has already started for the ETA. So now we are now starting the new phase for the European citizens. But if you have a status in the UK, you don't need to have a ETA. You can prove your status. If you are dual citizen, for example, by the way, because I saw that the other day, there was a pastor who was a dual citizen. If you are dual citizen, you can use, for example, if you have a UK passport and you have a US passport, or maybe you have a dual citizen, you can use the passport that will be more convenient for you. Because there are some people who normally carry one passport and they are dual citizens. If you are dual for now, take advantage of the passport that will not take you through all that hassle. And I know you are going to enjoy, and we shall have an easy time. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any question regarding the e-visa, kindly consult. Ask me any question, for I'm a trainer in the same, and I work for UK bound flight, and I have worked for many other flights. So I have all the information out of the training from the UK immigration, and this is going to help you when you prepare to travel to the UK. So thank you so very much. Bye, and see you later. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like and share widely to your relatives, share to people that you are friends, because I know this one is going to be of great help, and you are not going to have any problem. You can post any question at the comment section of this video, any question that you need to know, and I'm going to give an accurate answer, simply because I work for UK bound flight and I have every legit information that cannot mislead you. Thank you for listening. Kindly subscribe. Bye.